Hey guys, so I was even going to come and make this video. This is not supposed to be the video that was supposed to be up for today. It was supposed to be something completely different, but I was doing this look for my Musically, which I'll link down below, and I was watching Jaclyn Hill's Let's Talk video. I'm not even going to edit this video. I'm that kind of like wound up, and normally you'll see me like cutting from this to that to that. I'm not even going to bother to do any of that. I'm just going to speak, put my intro, put my outro, and I'm just going to put it up. She was talking about her collab with Morphe, the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette vault collection that has been like going viral and all of that good stuff. Well, it's not even good stuff because it's not good stuff. It's just been complete and utter crap that's been coming out of recent. And you know, she's come on and she has said, I don't even know if you want to call it, she has admitted, because she's saying that these are the things that she was told. She basically said that how all of the old palettes from the first run that was made have not been destroyed, as she had previously said. It's actually been quarantined into another factory or warehouse. It's gone to another warehouse. So it's kind of like, okay, so what makes you think that we're going to believe that? I understand that this is what you're being told. I understand that she doesn't directly work for Morphe. She's not like getting up in the morning, oh, I need to get ready to go to work, and you know, I need to go to Morphe, and I need to go and do this, and need to go do... That's not the situation. As she even said in her video, she is only like swatching some colors and saying, this is the color I want, this is the formula I want, this is the packaging that I want, and that's basically it. But there was a point, it gets to a point where it's kind of like, listen, whoever you're talking to and whoever you're dealing with are clearly being shady. There's some shadiness going on somewhere, because somebody who represents Morphe has told you that these items have been destroyed, and now you're coming to us and saying actually it's been quarantined because they want to do testing on them. Now hold on, what boggles my mind is, why would they need to quarantine hundreds, like thousands of vaults like this, thousands of them, to do testing? Are you trying to tell me that they're going to test every single vault, every single palette in every single vault? Really? No, they're not. They're not going to be doing that. All they're most likely going to be doing, in my mind, what would make sense, is probably take about 20 to 100 complete vaults and test them from each batch. I'm talking. So let's say they had, because I'm sure they didn't create like they create them in batches. They didn't just create a whole load of them. They were created in batches. So each batch, they'll probably take about 100 of those, if not 1,000, and test them to figure out the inconsistencies or the this and the that. You're not going to swatch, you're not going to test every single vault. So why would you not destroy them, as you have previously said? No. Now there's no guarantee that what we have isn't the original vault, because they are still in existence as per her admittance in this video. And the reason, like, the thing is, after I had done my final video, I was kind of like over it, and then I saw this video and it kind of like triggered me again. I don't hate Jaclyn Hill. I wasn't like a huge diehard follower for her either, but I like the girl. And it's like, even in this video, I have to say her makeup is nice, her hair is nice, like she's looking nice. But at the same time, what I can't stand is the lies. That's what I can't stand. And she's saying, well, you know what, I've spoken to, you know, so many people who have said that their vaults were patchy and this and that and the other, and every time I tell them, you know, let me swap it for you, they'll turn around and say, oh no, don't worry about it, I've actually used it now and I've scraped off the top layer and it's actually really good. And it's like, only she's able to really confirm that that's actually happened, because we haven't seen any of these DMs or whatever. But I find it very hard to believe that all of a sudden people are saying, actually, no, it's fine, no, don't worry about it. Because if it was me and she had DM'd me, I would have been like, yes, please do send me a new set, because I'm not 100% sold on this. You know what I'm saying? She is saying, you know, you can go to Morphe, get your money back, get a refund, get an exchange. That's all great, that's all well and good. And she's saying, well, you know, I spoke to Morphe and they've looked at their numbers and only 1% have come back for a return or a refund or an exchange or whatever it was. It's only 1% and the industry standard is 5%. Okay, fair enough. Somebody like me who's not particularly thrilled with the production of this, I just can't be bothered to get a refund or an exchange. I just feel like that's just so long-winded, and because there's no guarantee that the exchange is going to be good, it's kind of like, what's the point? Do you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of, what is the point? There's no point to getting an exchange. The thing is, even though I'm not that keen on it, I do want to keep it because it is limited edition, because it is a Jaclyn Hill collab. I don't really care that it's Morphe as such. It's just, it's a collector's item, so I would prefer to just keep it. Anybody who wants to exchange and refund or whatever, do what you need to do. I just feel like for me it's just a long-winded situation, so I just can't be bothered to do any of that stuff. But it's just kind of like, listen, just because only 1% have come back to you doesn't mean that it's still not patchy and not good, because that is the case. Like for me, it is patchy. Some of the shadows are good, some of them are whack, some of them are bright, some of them are dull, some of them don't blend. It's hit and miss. It's hit and it's miss. It is what it is, and I understand why she might be getting a little bit frantic about it, because obviously it's got her name on it. When she said, you know, I've looked through my previous footage and I've looked through like my content, and I feel like I understand when people are saying I've been pushing Morphe down people's throats, and she's gonna kind of like take a step back. I do feel like she does push Morphe down our throats. I do feel like whenever we see and hear from her recently, it's about selling something. If it wasn't about like some drama in her personal life, or it was about her selling something, and that's what I don't really respect. It's like, look, you have come up because you are a fabulous makeup artist. Like, no one can deny that she's a fabulous makeup artist. She can do the damn thing. She's very, very likable, and yes, she can sell salt to a slug. But at the same time, when it comes to the internet and social media, people can still read you and they can still see through the foolishness. And right now, I don't trust her. I used to like her, even though I'm not a diehard fan, as I've said, but I just don't feel like I trust her. And it's really sad, because I know in my heart of hearts that it's not necessarily directly her. Whoever she's dealing with, or the people that she's dealing with at Morphe, are clearly not being 100% honest with her, and she's relaying the information that she's been given to us. But because it's being delivered by her, it just makes me feel like, well, you have to take ownership of your words. So whatever comes out of your mouth, if it turns out to be untrue, you're the liar then, innit? It's just really sad though, because clearly she has such a following, and even for people who don't follow her ride or die like myself, I would still buy something that is associated with her. I don't know, I just feel like I just can't trust this whole situation. I'm not going to bother to get a refund or an exchange. If they were to reach out to me and say, hey, we'll give you a replacement, keep the one that you have, I would go for it and see if there was any difference. I think that's the main reason that I won't do an exchange, because there's no guarantee that I would get anything which is better than what I already have. And it's kind of like, is there really any point? There's no point. I can't trust that Morphe actually have quarantined these palettes. I don't know if that's the truth, and especially now we know that they are most definitely floating around, like they are out there somewhere. It just makes me wonder, like, so clearly Jaclyn doesn't really know what the real situation is with these palettes, and it's like, what's a little bit more irritating is the fact that, hold on, Morphe saw that Jaclyn Hill was saying that everything has been destroyed as per Morphe's word, and Morphe never stepped in and said, actually, oh sorry Jaclyn, no, actually they've been quarantined, they haven't been destroyed. Like, they never stepped in and said nothing. They never stepped in, and that's what makes me feel like they are so shady. I do stand by and believe that this vault was the original vault. Whether it says V2, V3, V4, V5 or no V anything means nothing to me. I'm just going by the consistency, the swatches, the way that it performs on my eyes. It's just not a very good palette. It's not a very good collection, because there's some shadows which I hit, some which I miss, some which blend, some which don't. It's a mess. It's such a mess, and I hope that there is no further updates to this, because it's just becoming exhausting. And especially as when it comes to makeup, I just like to have fun. As you can see, I just like to have fun. I just like to experiment, and just, it's horrible when they take and suck the life out of makeup, because makeup isn't like this huge big deal. It's not solving, you know, world problems. It's really not. It's just makeup at the end of the day. But it's just sad that at the end of the day we are spending our money on these things, and when we're being lied to, that's what's upsetting about it, especially when it comes to people like Jaclyn Hill, who a lot of people do look up to. And what was really upsetting is the fact that Morphe, I know that they are the ones who are in charge of like the launch dates and the this and the that and all of the rest of it, but it's like they saw all of the madness that was going on around the vault, and then just not long after they're like, oh yeah, now we're going to push these brushes, and it's like, oh, for heaven's sake. And I think that's what put the icing on the cake, is that it looked like they just did not care. It looked like they just did not care, because they know that people will buy. So I feel like from this point onwards, I'm not even going to bother with Morphe. I've purchased one brush from them, and it was actually because I saw Jaclyn Hill using it, and it's like, oh, that is a brush that I could do with. It's like a slanted contour brush, like really small, really thin. I was like, yeah, let me get that, and I got it. And then I got the 15N palette from Morphe, but I bought it from Beauty Bay. And then it was this, and I was thinking about getting the original Jaclyn Hill palette, which apparently is really good, but because of all of this foolishness and the clear the lies, because telling her that it's been destroyed when it hasn't been destroyed, it's actually been quarantined. They're liars. I'm sorry. I'm fed up and I'm done with it. And it's just so sad that it's come to this. But I'm kind of glad that I was never really on the whole Morphe train in the first place. I'm so glad, you know. I never really had that kind of pull toward them. There was not that magnetism like I do have with Juvias Place, for example. Like, if this was happening with Juvias Place, I would be so devastated. But thankfully it's not. It's just Morphe, and I don't really care about them anyway. But Jaclyn Hill, I'm sorry to say, but I feel like this has really tarnished your name a little bit, and it makes me feel like I can't trust you, because the people who you are associating yourselves with are clearly not here for you, and they're happy to tell you lies to relay to your following to make themselves look better. And in the end, that is, when it comes back on you more than anybody else, because it's you who's putting this information forward. And what, like, I'm glad that you're going to distance yourself from them, even if it is for a little while. Like, just let the heat die down. Anyway, you guys, tell me what you think about Jaclyn Hill's Let's Talk video. I'm not going into all the rest of it. I only wanted to focus on the vault part that she was talking about, and that was it. Let me know what you think down below. Like, what are you going to do about your vote? Are you going to return it, exchange it, get your money back? Did you even bother to buy it? Are you still going to buy it, like, if you haven't already got it? Like, what are you going to do? Me, I'm just going to hold on to my one and just use it for what it is. But I'm not going to bother to return it or to get an exchange or whatever, because there's no guarantee that I'll get a good one anyway. So that's my rant over. Fed up with this subject, but I had to say something now that we definitely know for sure that those palettes were never destroyed. We were right from the beginning. They were not destroyed. So there's definitely a chance that they just reused them because they're still there. Please. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.